Hello, welcome back to the Nigerian Investors podcast. This is a segment where we look at the weekly performance of the stock market as far as the NSE is concerned. In today's segment, we'll be looking at two indices. First, we're going to look at the weekly performance, and because today, Friday the 29th, is the last trading day in the month of November, we're also going to look at those stocks that did well over the month of November, as well as the ones that didn't do well. You know how we treat losers on this podcast. They come last anyways. So let's dive into it. Starting with the weekly performance. This week started on Monday, November the 25th and ended today, November the 29th, which is on a Friday, of course. Number one stock that did very well this week is Sunu Assurance. Sunu Assurance closed at 3.90 kobo. And this translates to percentage appreciation of 23.42%. Not very much compared to the previous week. The market indeed was very flat for this week. I think most investors were trying to just cool down towards the end of the month. Hopefully by next week, the beginning of the new month, after receiving salary and all that, we should see an uptick in the activities and the floor of the Nigerian stock market. In number two, we have a new entrant. This company, HM McCall, was recently listed on the floor of the Nigerian stock market about a week ago. It was listed by way of introduction. If you don't know what that means, there's an episode, I think episode 2 of this podcast, where we talked about and our companies are listed on the floor of the Nigerian stock market. We talked about the various ways, and one of that ways of listing a company on the floor of the Nigerian stock market is by introduction. Listen to that episode 2, you will get the full gist. Alright, let's move on. HM McCall is number 2 this week, closed at 6.20 kobo. That is a percentage appreciation of 21.57%. Number 3 is Sovereign Insurance with 73 kobo as at today, and this represents 15.87% capital appreciation. NASCON is number 4. NASCON closed at 32.40 kobo, translating to 13.09% capital appreciation. In number 5, we have Nament. Nament is a pharmaceutical company. This company closed at 2.18 kobo, translated to 11.22% capital appreciation. All right. In number 5, we have NCRO. NCRO closed at 4.74 kobo. That's a percentage appreciation of 9.72%. And Nicure is in number 7. Nicure with a percentage appreciation of 8.53. And we have FNT Cocoa closing at 1.93 kobo with capital appreciation of 8.43%. In number 9, we have WAPCO. WAPCO was also part of those companies that did very well last week, and this week is in number 9. WAPCO closed at 58 naira. That is a percentage appreciation of 7.41%. And lastly, Vitafoam ended this week at 23 naira 50 kobo, a capital appreciation of 6.82%. Let's quickly flip to the other side for those that didn't do very well. These are companies that didn't make money for their investors, rather they made their investors' accounts to look red. It was bleeding for them. And quickly, number 1 for the companies that didn't do well for this week: Oxtin last, closing at 1.96 kobo. Has a capital depreciation. It didn't appreciate, sorry for that. Depreciated by 20. John Otto has been on the gaining side for over 2 to 3 weeks in this month of November. However, this week it decided to cool off with a price of 8.92 kobo, and that is a depreciation of 18.91%. Lasaco is in number 3 with 2.13 kobo, a depreciation of 16.0%. 0.47 depreciation. Etana has been losing steam for some time now. This stock was as high as 32 naira sometime around August, September, but now it's closing at 20 naira 80 kobo, and that is minus 16.13%. Number 5 is Deep Cap. Deep Cap ended the trading week at 1 naira 6 kobo, translating to minus 10.17%. Unilever, number 6, with 26 naira 65 kobo price, and this is a representation in terms of percentage as minus 9.97. And Multiverse is in number 7, closing at 5 naira 90 kobo, percentage depreciation of minus 9.92%. NSL Tech is in number 8, closing at 55 kobo. This translates to depreciation of 9.84%. Number 9 is Academy. Academy closed at 2 naira 79 kobo, translating to minus 9.71%. And finally, Guinea Insurance Company ended the week in number 10, closing at 50 kobo. And this simply means that this company lost about 9.09% of its share value compared to on Monday, the 25th November 2024. That's the segment for the weekly performance of stock on the stock market. Let's quickly look at how the stock market performed in the entire month of November. Who are those that did very well, and by how much percentage did they make money for their investors? All right, so we'll go quickly look at those stocks and those companies that did very well for this month. And one of the companies that did very well is Unisell. Unisell, if you've been following this segment, you notice that the past two previous segment that we started this whole stuff, we've been mentioning Unisell every now and then. Unisell in the month of November did very well, fantabulously and fantastically. Closed at 19 naira 27 kobo. That is a capital appreciation of 242.88%. We're saying that this company, as at the beginning of November, this company shares was not even up to 10 naira, but come the end of this month, it has appreciated to 19 naira 27 kobo. John Earth is number 2 with appreciation of 117.30% appreciation, closing at 8 naira 92 kobo. Sunu Assurance also gained 86.6% over the month of November. And Tantalizer is in number 4 with 97.69% capital appreciation. WAPCO gained 51.04%, coming in at number 5. And number 6, we have Corn Oil. Corn Oil gained 45.8 kobo. Why do I keep mentioning kobo? Its percentage. Prestige is in number 7 with 35.59% capital appreciation over the month of November. And Consolidated Hallmark Insurance is in number 8 with 35.14% capital appreciation, closing at 2 naira at the end of trading in the month of November. And this company that is planning to delist and relist again, Armies of Nigeria PLC. That's the company I'm talking about. And if you don't know, they're planning to leave the stock market to restructure the organization and come back. That can be found in our episode 7. We talked about it in detail. So rush to our YouTube channel or Apple Podcast, Amazon Podcast. The link is in our Facebook page, The Nigerian Investor. You can see all the links there. Use the link to go to any of these platforms. And Barmies is the number 9 for the month of November. It gained 30.81% over the month. Cadbury is in number 10 with capital appreciation of 29.88%. That's it. That's wrap it all for the top 10 gainers over the month of November. And then maybe we'll call it a day. Oh, I just remember we haven't talked about the losers. All right, who are the top 10 losers? Number one loser here is Oando. By the way, do you know the name of this company is O and O? Yes, that is the name of the company. I don't know, probably the founders, original founders of this company, their last name or first name started with the letter O. They just said, why don't we name the company O? Perfect. So Oando lost 27.55% over the month of November. Not bad compared to the number one gaining stock over the month that gained over 200, that gained over 200%. And Abbey Building Society is in number two with 26.15% capital depreciation. And Motivax number three with minus 25.79% depreciation. And Entana is in number four with 24.36 capital depreciation. ROT Briscoe is in number five with 18.03% capital depreciation. And Lasaco is in number six with 16.47 capital depreciation. Veritas Capital Insurance Company is in number seven with minus 15.49% capital depreciation. And we have Deep Cap closing at 106 kobo to take the number 8 position with minus 15.20% capital depreciation. Meteor is in number 9 with 11.45 kobo price tag at the end of the month of November, translating to minus 11.58% capital depreciation. And finally, in number 10 is Northern Nigeria Flour Mills PLC. This company closed at 33 naira 75 kobo with capital depreciation of 11.18%. That wraps it up for this segment. We've come to the end of this segment. Before we go, we just want to appeal to our listeners. Keep on listening to our episodes. Keep on listening to this segment. We also release short clips on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like it, share it with your friends and family. Let them go viral. This is something that we're doing that is really commendable. We're just trying to educate the general public about investment opportunity. I know not everybody will gain into this opportunity, but you can share it. You never can tell. I usually say that who is going to benefit? Someone might probably learn and gain a lot from it by you sharing it. That's just the reason why we keep asking every now and then that allow us to blow. We need to blow. We need to be known worldwide. Okay, we need to be known in Nigeria for now. Let everybody know that there's a podcast called the Nigerian Investors Podcast. It's dedicated to Nigerians. Help us to blow, please. Thank you. Until we meet again. And before we go, finally, anyways, the interview that we'll be talking about when we interviewed the pharmacist who happens to be a retail investor. By the way, a retail investor is an individual investor compared to when companies buy stock and all that. Because some companies do buy stocks to make more money. Even some state government do that. So if it is a company or an entity, a body that does trade in the stock market, we call them corporate investors. But if it's just a single person, that single person is referred to as a retail investor. So to cut the long story short, we interviewed this seasoned, experienced, well-versed retail investor because he has been doing this for many years. He started in the 1980s. He has all the experience. Some of the stocks this retail investor bought, as at the time he bought them, they were very chicken. Bought some stocks that were like 5 naira. Give a good example, Presco. Presco today is over 450 naira. Do you know the capital appreciation that is? That's a lot of money. Anyways, we sat him down just to tap from his experience. I've been investing in the Nigerian stock market for more than 10 years now. And I tell you, even me with all these years that I've been in the stock market, I didn't learn according to Worry. I was wowed when he was talking. If you listen to that episode, you'll be hearing wow, wow, wow in the background, as if it's a siren. It was me that was saying all those wow, 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 wow. Really? Wow. Ooh. I never knew this. Wow. I'll go back and re-strategize. So, in essence, in the long run, this man has a lot to say. There's a lot of wisdom in what he was able to give us, rather give to the general public through us. And we've put it there for your listening pleasure. It's in YouTube, it's in Apple Podcast, it's in our website. That's the easiest place for you to even get this podcast. Anyway, we might want you to actually go to a place like YouTube because we need the traffic, we need the views to just promote us. You know that. But if you can't do that, just go to our website. Our website is uw.tnipodcast.alitu. Just click that in a browser on your phone and it will open our website. Bam. As soon as you see our website, you see all the episodes here. Just click on any of the episodes. Though the very first episode, we are not really looking good because it was our first time, but time we kept on improving, you know. That's how it is. The very first plane, the very first car that they made. If you see them, you go laugh. But now, cars, they have so many sophisticated gadgets and so many things that when you see it, you'll be like me. I always say, wow, 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 wow. All right. Bye for now. See you again next week.